Hi, longest time. I hope someone drops by on this live. It's been a while. I've not come on live for a long time. Kawi. Mm. So it's been a long time that I came on live. I hope that people come on, people check this live out. Hi, so welcome to my live. It's been a while. I came on live. It's been a long time. I've been very busy. So it's been a while I came on live. I mean, the person who preaches about consistency has not been consistent with her life. So it's been a lot. I've been very busy for a while now. So for the past how many days? I think 3 or 4 or 5 days. I have not come on live for a while. So it's been a lot. And today is day 95 of my consistency challenge. Day 95 of 100 days consistency challenge. Yes, even though I'm fine, thank you so much. Even though I haven't been coming on live, I've been trying to post videos every day. I've been trying to post videos every day, but how are you? So thank you so much. So it's been a long time I came on live. Here I am. How's it going with you? How consistent are you currently? If there's one thing I've come to learn about consistency, is the fact that you can become consistent to the point that it becomes a part of you. I think I've gotten to the point where consistency has become a part of me. It's hard for me not to show up. Okay. If you're just joining this live, this is Let's Talk with Ene. Please don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to comment. Don't forget to like. If you have a question, ask. So today, instead of just talking about a random topic, I am just leaving it open because this is like me coming on live after a long time. Not a long time per se, but like let's say 5 days, 5 days or so. No, I am not. I'm not. Thank you for joining my live. I talk a lot. I'm from Nigeria actually. Hi, thank you for joining. No, I don't answer short question. I think that I'm sorry, I didn't see it. I didn't see it. I'm not ignoring it. I'm sorry. I think I've answered that. You said, where am I from? I think I just answered that. Are you angry? Oh, you know what? Even though it's been long that I came alive, I've developed a tough skin for people with rude comments, okay? Oh, that's you must be so ignorant. Very ignorant. Very, very ignorant. Very ignorant. So ignorant. Oh, you will wait forever. You will get old waiting, okay? You will get old waiting. Thank you so much. I don't really care actually. Like, I'm used to rude comments. There's no way you would decide to come online or you decide to be on YouTube and you would not see rude comment. It's normal. It's something that I've learned to develop. I feel like it's cowards and people that don't have what they do with their time that go about dropping rude comments and unnecessary comments on people. Me, I'm just here to talk about things that I'm interested in, things that I'm very passionate about. I mean, I talk every day here about productivity, about consistency, about I don't owe you answer. You should Google. Google is free, okay? Google, just type on Google and ask. It's 2025. Stop asking such questions. It's 2025. Stop being ignorant. Why would I even entertain you with a yes or a no? When you are clearly just asking it because for the sake of working, you're not asking it because you want to know, you don't know. If in 2025 you are still asking this kind of dumb question, you have a long way to go, please. See, you should know that by now, Africans, black, they've grown to a point where they don't really care about such comments. No, it's not. It's you that is rude. It's you that is rude, asking certain questions because you want to mock me for being. It's 2025. You shouldn't be racist. It's 2025. You shouldn't be racist. That's the thing. I mean, I feel that with the knowledge and experience and exposure people claim to have, you should be so exposed to the point that you are not racist to people. I find people who are racist in 2025 at this time and age, I find it so, it's amusing that in this time and age, somebody is still being racist. It shows that you are not exposed. You are probably, you have a lot to learn. I think it's not okay to be dropping certain comments on people because that is very rude. If you want to know something about people, you ask them. There are questions you ask about people, they will tell you, but not to ask some questions because you are being racist. It's 2025. You shouldn't be racist to people. You shouldn't ask such questions. There's some questions that are, hi, thank you for joining. Please, I have a focus, so I would rather. You are not asking about a country. Africa is not a country. Africa is a continent. Africa is a continent. That's why I said Africa is a continent, not a country. There are so many countries in Africa. Africa is a continent, not a country. Start from there. I don't know why people make a lot of mistakes. Sometimes, is it mistakes? Do they make is it the deliberate mistakes or people? Sometimes I want to give people grace and feel they genuinely do not know that Africa is not a country and it's a continent. It's not a country, it's a continent. I mean, I'm from a country in Africa, but I know about other countries in other continents. I know all the continents. We're taught in primary school. These are things that people in nursery schools know. People who are 5-year-old, they know. In Africa, they know this. They know this. They know about other countries that are not even in Africa. They know about countries in Europe. They know about countries in all of the continents. I'm talking about children that are just 5, 6, 7 years old, not even to talk about an adult. We know it even though we are not from there. Some people have never traveled abroad. At least I've traveled to other countries outside Nigeria or outside my country. I know about other countries. I deliberately try to know about other countries so that I'm not ignorant. I don't know anything about that. If you're ready to learn, you would listen. I'm telling you, it's not a country, it's a continent. And anybody who listens to that question you ask, it's see, like they say racism is taught. That's why you see children behaving. You would see children not care about racism. You see children, a black kid is playing with a white kid is playing with a black kid until they are being taught in their house how to differentiate and told stories that does not exist. Imagine I met some teenagers where I'm schooling abroad, and then these teenagers are from a particular country in Europe, and then one of them told me that we heard that in Africa we live in huts, that we don't have. He couldn't believe that there are people that have money in Africa. And who told him that? His grandma. So it's adults that are propagating racism and all of this. Like, a kid is already being told a different notion. And I asked him a question. Have your grandma ever traveled to Africa? No, she has never traveled to Africa, but she knows that people in Africa live in huts. And people in Africa don't have money, or they are poor. And it's very funny that you've never traveled to a place. There are countries, when I was traveling to a particular country, even though I've never traveled to that place, I refuse to believe that these people are like this in Europe. I refuse to have a preconceived mindset about people. I refuse to start. If I'm not making sense, then that's your business. I don't know what to say. I refuse to have a preconceived mindset about a people because I've not met them. See, there are so many things I've read about people from different countries. I would not make my judgment based on that, because I know that the internet is free. People can come and say, people can use their personal opinions and personal experiences to judge everybody. Imagine I come to a place and I have a personal experience with one person. Just that one person, I will not conclude that everybody in this country are terrible. It doesn't make sense. So for me, even I don't come to learn about people just by, or maybe somebody told me that these people are terrible. Of course, I may want to be sensitive and maybe careful, but I would not judge everybody based on what I heard what somebody told me. And moreover, people who have not even visited that place for once. I mean, you got to know that people in Africa, they live in huts. I mean, there's a lady who makes video and like debunks the myths that people have about Africa. And I used to think that it's just you see, you are being racist again. You are not an 8-year-old. You are just a bully who is online to bully people and who is racist in 2025. You should get a life actually, and stop being rude on this thing. Yes, it's a poorest country, so rest. It's a poorest country. You are from the richest country. Keep your riches to yourself and stop showing how ignorant you are. You're actually very ignorant. And you are claiming you are a kid. You are not a kid. You are just an ignorant bully who is online writing things that doesn't make any sense. You too, you don't make sense. So just remain on my life. We need people like you to be people like you that have decided that in 2025 you are still racist. It shows that you don't have sense so much. It shows that you have a long way to go, that you've not grown. It's 2025. You shouldn't be racist. You have a lot to learn. And I feel there is jobless people and cowards that go about dropping rude comments, and people who talk rude about other people's countries without knowing about them. It's 2025. Get a life. I mean, you people go about, nobody is trying to compete with you about which continent is better than the other, but stop saying rude things about a continent you know nothing about a people you've never visited. You shouldn't do that. I mean, it's wrong. I don't care about where you're from. I don't care about where you're from. It's even the type of people that are more racist than the people that are even this thing. I would not even entertain you anymore, but remain on this life so that you can get more knowledge and more exposure, because it clearly shows that you are not exposed. You don't know so much. You still have a lot to learn. Google is there for you. If Google is not enough, go get yourself an education so that you would learn more. You have a lot to learn. It clearly shows that you're not learning enough in school. You need to go to school. You need to go back to school and learn. You need to be taught properly. You're not yet taught. That's why you're saying some of these things. Is ignorance. And so I will no longer even entertain you here and entertain your comments anymore. I want to talk about something. Thank you for the education. So like I was saying before this rude interruption, I'm talking about showing up talking about consistency. This, of course I would. I always do. I always do actually. I always do. I always do. I ask. If you ask, of course I would answer. If it's relevant, it's not it's not questions like the one this person is, whoever he or she is hiding behind this thing is asking. You can ask a question, I'll definitely answer. I mean, whenever I come on live, I talk about a specific topic or something I talk about. It doesn't make sense, the question you are asking, talking about hanging somebody in the sun on the hill. Does it make sense? If I say that you from the country you are from, they used to hang you on the road on top of the hill, does that make sense to you? Is that not rude to you? Is that not rude to where you are coming from? Is that not rude to you? Does it make sense to say that when somebody is giving birth is hung on a hill? You should ask yourself if the comment you wrote makes any sense or look like somebody that is educated or is exposed. I don't care. I don't want to know you. The fact that you have this kind of mindset already gives you away the kind of person you are. So it's not relevant to me. Yeah, I know. Most times I don't respond to them, but I think today I just decided to. Most times I ignore them and continue. Of course, I discovered that it's better to ignore trolls. It's better to ignore people who just come online and want to. I just feel like somebody has asked a question. That's why I just had to combine all of them. I mean, you are right. We shouldn't even acknowledge them. We should ignore them. Because, I mean, it's almost how many minutes of my life. And I've not even talked about the main thing that brought me on live. So I should focus on why I'm here, actually. So I was just saying that, I was just talking about the fact that today is day 95 of my consistency challenge. I started a 100 days consistency challenge to talk about productivity. Please keep the comment coming. When you are tired, you will leave. You are making my life very active, so keep writing. You would write until you would get tired. I'm not going to even answer you anymore. So keep writing. When you are tired, you are going to leave. You probably don't have what you are doing, so please hang in here so that you get more. You just hang on the live and keep talking. Keep typing. When you're tired, you will leave. So I started a 100 days consistency challenge like some time ago, and today is day 95. I decided I wanted to challenge myself to show up every other day. And today, for some reason, today I decided not to make. Usually when I come on live, I used to focus on a particular topic, but today I decided to keep it open because it's been a while that I showed up on live. I mean, I've been very busy, and then I lost someone very close to me. I lost a relative, so it made me to. I had to take a break offline for a while, but I was still posting every day. So today I decided to just make it very random and not focus on the things I talk about. I mean, I used to talk a lot about consistency, productivity, self-esteem, self-confidence, and building your work with God. And I recently started a 100 days challenge. Today is day 95 actually. I wanted to be more I wanted to challenge myself to see if I can show up every day for 100 days, regardless of my time, regardless of my work, regardless of the many things I have to do, regardless of the pressures around me. And I wanted to see if I can show up every day until it becomes a part of me. And one thing I realized in the last 95 days of showing up every single day is that there's a point you become, the more you show up, the easier it becomes for you to show up. And when you keep showing up, it comes to a point where it becomes a part of you. Even the days where I was like literally mourning and not in the mood to show up, my mind was already configured to show up. My mind was already configured to be consistent, to be consistent. Like, Esther, it's a part of you now. You have to show up. But of course, the beginning was not that easy. When I started it, it was very difficult. I mean, I had a lot going on for me. I'm very busy. Every day I have so much to do. I have so much to catch up with. I have a life to live. I have a family and all of that. So it was not going to be very easy for me. But I wanted to just challenge myself. And I wanted to see how I could apply the lessons that I was going to be getting and gaining from this consistency challenge to applying it. I was going to see how I could apply the lessons to my life. And sincerely, I started applying consistency to other aspects of my life. Like, Esther, if you are showing up every day, posting a video, how about you show up every day for other things? Like, show up every day learning a skill. Show up every day writing. Show up every day being kind to people. Show up every day singing or learning something. Show up every day saving. Be consistent with your experiments. Like that. And I realized that, hi, Kara, thanks for joining. If you're just joining, please don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to comment, don't forget to like. So, I was able to learn so much, and I've been able to apply it to other aspects of my life. Now, just being consistent, the aim was to just be consistent every day posting videos. But in the process of being consistent with videos, I became consistent with other aspects of my life because I saw the possibilities. I saw that I just needed to be more disciplined. I saw that I just needed to create a system that would help me show up every day. Sincerely, when I started, I was so sure I was not going to get past day 3 or at most day 5, because I know that I started this challenge at a time where a lot was going on for me. And even some of my friends that are very close to me, they keep telling me they can't imagine. They are so amazed at how much I'm showing up, knowing what I have to deal with every day. Like, how are you able to do it? Someone said, Esther, I've learned discipline from you. I've been able to see how much you become disciplined just by showing up. I've been able to see, one thing I'm seeing from you is that you're very disciplined, because it takes a lot of discipline and focus to be able to show up this number of days and not be tired. I mean, like, something is going on with you. You're still showing up regardless. You're still able to be consistent. Even on days where you're not motivated, even on days when you don't feel like. So you see, this for me was a game changer. I was just probably doing something for fun, just to build myself to a point. Like, okay, Esther, let's see how we can learn. Let's see how we can grow. Let's see how you can challenge yourself to be consistent, how you can become more disciplined about, let's see if you will be able to stay consistent every day. It was just me challenging myself. And just me challenging myself, it became a habit. It became a part of me. It was no longer about motivation. Before, I used to look for motivation to show up. And now I don't care about motivation anymore. Yes, sincerely, I used to be like that too. It used to be very hard to be consistent, even when I know that I have to. Even when the motivation is there, and there are days that you want to, but the motivation is not there. See, I spoke to a friend recently, and I said that there was a day I was able to show up, and I was like, for me to have showed up on this day, it means that this consistency has come to stay. Now, there were things I had to do. Now, one of the things I had to learn was that, Esther, you have to be disciplined enough to show up. Now, you have to realize there's a lot at stake. One of the things that helped me, I had to tell myself every day, Esther, what would go wrong if you don't show up? What would be at stake? Like now, there was this experiment I was supposed to do today. So I realized not doing it has affected my whole work, because for that particular experiment, if I don't do it, it affects every other thing I'm going to do before in time to come. And do you know what's going to happen? I would have wasted a lot of time. It means I'm going to move my work. I'm going to be delayed 1 week, like 1 week behind. I will be 1 week. Imagine wasting 1 week because I refused to show up for one day. So when I started putting the consequences of not showing up before me, what is at stake? This is what I did practically that has worked for me. Like, Esther, if you don't show up for this experiment, it means your cells are going to die. You will probably not have more, you have to grow the cells all over. You will waste 1 more week. You are going to, and this is going to make you lose so much. You would not have any reports to present. And that alone would jog me out. There's a lot at stake. There are consequences to this, and things would not work out well. And another thing was realizing when I was more productive. I figured that each time waking up early was working for me. For me, I would always say, it's not like people say wake up early. For me, it was not about because of people keep talking about it. This is the only thing that's worked for me. I was just having a conversation minutes ago. This week, I did not wake up early, deliberately actually. Of course, the way my experiments and what I do in the lab are, they are like work-based. So it's the time I set to work task-based. Like if I want to do this particular thing, I have a task to do every day. So it doesn't matter when I do them. So I realized that this week, I deliberately refused to go out early because, of course, we are mourning. I lost someone. I've not been going out early, but what happened? Not just this week, the period that I was not going out early, I discovered I was not productive at all. It was affecting, it's ruined it's kind of messed up with my personal routine. It kind of affected my productivity because I was not showing up early. Now, I come around, maybe I'm arriving around 1 p.m. I'm already tired. It's noon or it's afternoon already. I can't even work because other people are already probably using the machine I want to use. I have to wait for other people. I can't do things at my own pace anymore. But it was very different when I was coming in the morning. In the morning, the atmosphere is so cool. I'm alone. I'm always the one alone there. I come first. I'm doing things before people arrive. No disturbance, no stress. Before 12, I'm done. I'm able to do other things. Imagine today now, I went out. I didn't do anything. Today. Why? I went late. I went in the afternoon. I arrived and the things I want to use, people already use them. People already using them. And so instead of me to wait for that time, there was no point. And it ended up ruining my experiment. That means I'm going to wait for 1 more week. Not that I have to wait, but because there's the way what I do works. If I leave it, it means I have to grow them all over again. So just because I decided to start showing up late. So I realized that showing up early works for me. That's what helps me to stay consistent. And when you are consistent and you start seeing results, you want to show up every day. But you see, because I started showing up in the afternoon and late, I'm not productive. And it's making me not even be motivated or even see reasons to show up again. And it has even almost affected me. Like every day I've been showing up late, and every day it's been consistently I've been doing nothing. I've been unproductive because. But for some persons, it may not be like that. For some persons, it works for them to anytime. For me, I work and I'm more productive, and showing up is easier for me if I have to do it early hours. And because it's in the morning, it means that I get to sleep early. Why do I get to sleep early? Because I started sleeping earlier, because I'm able to do all of the things that I'm supposed to do. But you see, now the way I try to arrange the things, when I finish my experiments by 12:01, I'm able to do other things till in the evening. So I don't even get overwhelmed anymore. I don't bring anything back home to come and stress myself to do. But now that I've started coming late, it has affected everything. Now I have to do a lot of things late till late in the night, and then go to bed late and wake up late. Now it has ruined everything for me. So for me, waking up early was a game changer for my consistency plan. It started helping me. That was one of the things that was helping me stay consistent. I understood my personality, I understood myself, I understood what was working for me. And so it was easier for me, because that was the time that was like the times I'm more productive. And I started like today, I kept like the list of goals of what I wanted to achieve today. I wrote it out yesterday, actually, not today. I wrote it yesterday before I left. I wrote it and I placed it on my table, so that when I come this morning, I will remember that I have a lot to. So mentally, I was already prepared prepared for what I was going to do today. And for me, that helps me to be more productive and help me to stay consistent when I'm mentally prepared for something. I don't just prepare them at that moment. When I prepare in my head mentally, it helps me to do it every day. Like in my head, this is what I want to do. Most times what I do is from the beginning of the week, apart from writing it down, my head is already configured that for the next 5 days, you are going to do this every day. And so that mental preparation ahead of time helps me to show up every day, because my mind is configured, my brain is configured, my heart is configured, even the environment is configured that you have this to do every single day. So because of that, I just show up. Now, because I wrote down what I wanted to do today, I wrote all of them down. That number 1, I will do this. And I didn't just write it in a book. I actually wrote it in the paper and I dropped it on the table, so that I read through all of them before I left. So my mind is already configured that this is what I have to do today. And then as soon as I came in, I saw it on the table. This is what you have to do today. I don't need to struggle anymore. My mind is already prepared from the previous day about what I want to do. And okay, so what I do is, so I'm someone for a plan. What I do personally that works for me, I'm not someone who can do a lot at a time. Not that I can't, but I realize that I'm able to stay consistent and I'm more productive. And what helps me to achieve more and to keep to a consistent schedule is doing it small. It's doing it little by little. So what you can do, Kara, sorry if I pronounce it wrongly. What you can do is to break it down. Now, for me, what I do, it's a lazy way that helps me actually. Instead of saying I'm going to do something 2 hours at a stretch, I break it down into smaller goals. Now I have yearly goals. I already know what I want to achieve this year. But those yearly goals, I break them down into my monthly goals, and those monthly goals, I break them down into weekly and then daily. At the beginning of every week, I understand. And at the beginning of every day, like I said, I usually plan it from the previous day. The week has already been planned on Sunday. Of course, this is not to say that you make spaces for things that would happen along the way. Of course, this week, my weekly plan has been messed up over and over. So, but what I do is, now, if I want to finish a course, for instance, I want to learn a skill or do a course that it's supposed to last for 1 month or 2 months, I know that if I don't break it down, I would end up not doing it. So what I do, I break it into smaller, like for instance, I'm going to spend 30 minutes every day. Sometimes I keep it as low as 10 minutes every day. Like I'm going to dedicate 10 minutes every day to watching this course, like watch the videos. Most of these online courses are like pre-recorded videos. I would usually say I'm dedicating 10 minutes. So I discovered that just by dedicating 10 minutes every day, I end up spending more than an hour without being tired. Just because every day I break it down, every day 10 minutes, I know that no matter how stressful, how tired I am, how unmotivated I am, because I've been able to keep it so small, it's easier for me. 10 minutes is not much. Do you know what it means to spend 10 minutes out of a course? You watch 10 minutes of a video out of a course. Before you realize, your courses I took within few days, like within few days I was done, just because I decided to just break it down. And then sometimes I try to trick myself in such a way that, because I know that sometimes it doesn't work for me to do something as a stretch, I break it down. Like if I want to finish a course now, I spend 10 minutes watching the video, I go away, go and do something else, come back and spend 10 minutes. I go away, go and do something else, come back and spend 10 minutes. By the time I'm finishing, I've been able to spend 2 hours without knowing, just by breaking it down into 10 minutes. Like I could just spend 10 minutes, go and do something. Like me, the way most of the things I have to do, experiments and all, there are things that you are not doing one thing that is stress. So I could just watch for 10 minutes, go and check, go and do something else, come back 10 minutes, come and that way, just by spending 10 minutes, you would see by the end of the day, I've been able to do 1 hour without knowing. Now, there was something I decided to do to enable me read books more. I wanted to be reading books, and I discovered that I didn't have the time, so I had to create a means to read the book. What did I do? Part of my morning devotion every day, I decided to make reading a book as part of it. So when I wake up in the morning, I start reading the book. I decided I was going to be reading at least a page every day during my devotion. So I discovered that whenever I pick the book to read in the morning, one page, I ended up reading a chapter. Some days I read more than that. But it became it was deliberate that I made a plan that every single day I was going to read a page every day. A page every day. Just by reading a page, that period that I did that, I saw that I was able to read books in the shortest period of time. Just by breaking it. For me, this is one of the things that have worked for me so much. Breaking things into smaller, creating a routine that is so easy, it's so easy for you, and it's so hard for you not to do them because it's so easy. You make it so easy. Sometimes we make it too cumbersome and too big and too hard. Instead of saying I'm going to read 10 books this year, why not say I'm going to read a page? I'm going to make sure I read at least a page every single day of a book. You would realize that just by reading that page every day, you end up reading 5 pages. Most times, I don't think there's any time I've read 1 page, but my goal was to read a page every day with the intention of finishing. I didn't say I was going to read like a book every day or a book every week. I just set a target of at least a page every day. And I discovered that there was no day I read a page every day, because once I started the book, there was this desire to read the book to the end. And I ended up reading 5 pages, one chapter, 2 chapter, 3 chapter, 5 chapters. No, of course, not up to 5 chapters. I'm just exaggerating, but you get the point. I ended up reading more than I planned just by deciding that I just want to read 1 page per day. So that can also help. And I will always say that you should keep your goals very simple. Don't make them so many. It's better to be done with it and then come back to do them. Because sometimes our goals are too many and we become overwhelmed. And I always say that don't just set goals. How do you want to achieve them when? You would never see me set goals without putting why and when and how. For every goal I write, I would always put beside it, how do I want to achieve it? I want to read books this year. How? Reading a page. When? Like that. I want to save 1 million this year, for instance. I'm not planning, I don't have such money. How do I want to do it? That. maybe cutting down my spending, reducing, creating more sources of income, saving 10K per month, something like that. I've been able to create a how. So this how now I can break it into something that can be achievable every day. Any day you're tempted, like for instance now, I say for every day, instead of taking a taxi, I will take a bus. For example, instead of taking a taxi, I will take a bus. Instead of eating junk, I will cook food. Now your end goal is to save 1 million at the beginning of the year. You've been able to break it down into saving 500,000 you've been able to break it down into saving maybe a 10K per month, and you've been able to break it down into reducing your expenses by reducing certain daily habits. You're not going to be taking taxi, you're going to be taking buses, trains, subways, and the rest. You're not going to be eating junks anymore. You're just going to be you're going to be cooking. Now, you had a major goal, which is saving a particular amount of money. You've been able to break it down into achievable tasks and action plans that would help you achieve your end goal by the end of the year, which is 70 million. Now, that's what it is. You don't just set goals. How do you want to achieve them? When? Break it into something that you can do every single day. Now, for you that have a competition now, what's the end goal of the competition? Is it a writing competition? Is it a singing competition? If, for instance, if it's a writing competition, you can challenge yourself that every day, maybe 2 things or 3 things. Every day, I'm going to be, if there's a maybe like a maybe there's a scope that was given. You could break the scope down. Every day, I'm going to dedicate 30 minutes to this. Or I'm going to write every day for 5 minutes, or write 200 words every day, read for 5-10 minutes every day. Now you've been able to give yourself, you've made it very small. Instead of saying you're going to write 5,000 words, you can tell yourself every day I'm going to write 200 words. Every day I'm going to read, because I discovered that reading helps you to write better. Every day I'm going to read 5 articles or 2 articles. I'm going to read for 5 minutes. You would see that just by giving yourself that task, you wanted to just be writing 200 words every day. You see yourself writing 500 or 1,000 words every day. You want to be reading for 5 minutes every day. You see yourself reading for 20 minutes. And just because, of course, you're going to get tired at a point and leave, but you've been able to achieve your goal. And then you're doing it every day because you've kept it very simple. You will see yourself building, getting better at the end goal. Instead of you saying, I'm going to make sure I read up to 200 or 300,000, it may not be achievable. But being consistent, start by just taking it one step at a time. When I started this consistency challenge, thank you so much, Abdul. I just wanted to focus on doing 1 minute video every day, because I was sure I was not going to be able to do longer videos. It was in the midst of this consistency challenge that I started coming on live. I didn't like live. I was not bold enough to come on live. I didn't realize. And I started being able to do longer videos just by deciding to come on live, just by deciding to start a consistency challenge that I said I was just going to post 1 minute video. Now my capacity increased just by me staying consistent. So you can just start little, and then you will realize that over time, because you've been consistent just with those little things, your capacity tends to expand over time. You would see that your capacity is getting more. It's getting bigger. You're able to expand. You're able to stretch. You haven't become more disciplined. There are things I didn't know I would be able to do, and there are lengths I couldn't go. But I discovered that consistency helped me to get to that point. Consistency stretched me. Consistency helped me to get more productive. And an accountability partner would help you too. For you, accountability partner. I discovered that helped me a lot too. I used to talk about it a lot. There was even a time that I had this accountability partner who would make me pay a fine if I don't meet my goals for the week. Like if our goals, like at the beginning of the week, two of us set a goal that this is what you are going to achieve at the end of the week. And if you don't achieve them, you are going to pay a fine. So at the end of the week, we evaluate the goals. What were you able to do? What were you not able to do? Now, and if you were not able to do it, you are going to pay a fine. So because I didn't want to keep paying fine, I was always on my toes. So accountability partner can always help you. Accountability partner will help you to stay productive. Accountability partner will help you to stay consistent. Accountability partner will help you show up. Even documenting, like a daily diary. I discovered that a diary was helping me, like writing a text to my diary, like giving an update to my diary. Dear diary, I just did this today. Dear diary, I just did that today. Dear diary, I just did this today. Dear diary, I just did this. And I discovered that because I was writing about what I was doing and my day to a diary, I was looking forward to writing to it, and so it was making me to be productive and to be consistent, because every day I want to write something. So because I want to write something every day, I just have to do something. So this helps a lot. So you should consider that diary, daily diary. So I think I've talked a lot about this. I hope that this would help you actually stay consistent. This will help you actually show up. You need to create a system. You can automate things. Like when I discovered the first time it was hard for me to create videos, what I had to do was that I had to start creating videos in batch. Like I create like 5 videos, 3 videos at a time when the motivation is still there, so that even when I'm not in the mood anymore, even days when I'm not when I don't feel like it, I already have videos that would last for a few days. Now, so batch creation was helping me. Even when I used to write on social media every day. So what I did, days that I didn't feel like it, there were days that I had to schedule posts for a week. Like, you know, Facebook has this feature, and some social media platform has this feature where you can schedule your post to last for, you can put a post to schedule it for even up to a week. Even same way with even YouTube, you can schedule your post for a week or a month as much. So what I did was that the period that was this period where you have like this time and energy and the motivation and everything, you just write down everything. I just wrote it down, and I had like a post for it an entire week, and I just scheduled them to keep dropping at a particular time every day, even when I was not online, even when I was not around. So I had to create a system that helps me show up and help me stay productive without stress. So sometimes you don't have to create a system. You even have to automate your life. You know, there's a saving app we have in my country that automatically save for you. Now you don't want to be you are struggling with consistency with saving. You just set an automated saving system that takes out the money from your account whether you like it or not. Just by you automating your savings, you are able to save every day without you actually doing so much. So automation can automating your life to it's another way of it's another way that helps you to stay consistent. Like you automate things, you create a system that helps you show up even when you don't want to. A system that helps you stay consistent without stress. So that helps a lot too, because that was what I was doing. And then there's something I was almost forgetting. I mean, it's good that I didn't really prepare. I didn't really think, but questions came, and it's really helping me to talk about it, because this is what I'm just sharing exactly what has helped me so far and what is helping me currently. Now, I think everybody gets this period of time where you feel this burst of energy. It's like your peak energy period. You feel like doing so much at a time. There's this you feel this energy. You feel like you are so optimistic. You want to do a lot. It's like your peak energy period. I utilize that period the most, because it's not something that is always there. It's not something you feel all the time. So those peak energy period, you utilize it. What time of the day? I know that usually I feel it in the morning. or I feel it out after something good has happened to me. When I'm excited, I feel that burst of energy. When I'm excited, I do a lot. I'm productive when I'm excited. So I try to get excited so that I can do so much. So it's actually something that would help you. Those peak energy period, they helps a lot. They just help you show up for no. They helps you show up without even stress. Like you just see yourself showing up without stress. Because there's this period where you are very optimistic, where you feel like, oh, I feel like I can conquer the world, I can do this. So it's something that actually works. Your peak energy period, like me, I know them. Whenever I feel like that, I actually make sure I utilize them. I utilize that time because I know it's not always there. So that period, I feel like I can do a lot. That period where I'm very excited, where I have like my mind is open, I'm very optimistic. I try to do so much at that time. So even music helped me stay productive. I didn't talk about that. When I'm down, I just listen to music. I discovered that there's this thing. I don't know the motivation behind music, but sometimes I feel like music like push me to do things. Like even if I don't want to, when I listen to music, like I'm doing something, I want to do something. When I put music in my ear and reading that book, starting your day intentionally, actually, starting your day intentionally, not some of us we start our day speaking up our phone, and that's the issue. You pick up your phone first thing in the morning. There's something I've learned to do in the morning before I pick up my phone. I do all of that. I make sure that I spend at least 30 minutes or even an hour not touching my phone, doing other things, having conversation with my family. Praying, reading the Bible and all of that. Evaluating my day, because I discovered if I pick my phone, I'll end up not doing anything. There was a time I had to start putting my phone on the table or in the sitting room so that I don't get tempted to pick it up. So I made sure I finish up with everything before I pick up my phone. So that was helping me a lot, because sometimes we see ourselves not showing up because we are being distracted every single day when we wake up. You wake up in the morning, your phone is distracting you. Your phone is the first thing you pick in the morning. And before you know, you can't do anything. Because you're just watching other people live their lives, other people stay productive, show up every day, crush goals, achieve things, and here you are, you're just laughing and smiling at their lives, wishing that you were there or you were the one. So putting your phones away and intentionally starting your day sincerely. Intentionally starting your day. I discovered that how you start your day determines a lot. If you start your day in unplanned, haphazard, most times it affects it. So it's in like I used to be very deliberate about how my mornings begin. I make sure that my mornings I'm not upset in the morning. I'm not upset in the morning. I'm not starting the morning. I make sure I start the morning in the right frame of mind. And sometimes I kind of curate how my morning should go by planning my mornings, and I read maybe motivational books or an article in the morning when I wake up. This is just to spur me. This is just to motivate me and make me very optimistic. And of course, that music I talk about in the morning. All these are to prepare my heart and to make sure that my day starts. If you do this every day, you discover that it's hard for you not to show up. Because every day you're motivated. Not about even just motivation. Every day there's something stimulating and moving you to do things. There's something moving your heart. There's something stirring you up. There's something that is keeping you up on your toes. You read a book and you feel like conquering the world. You read just one line of article or just few sentences from an article and you feel like, I can do so much and I can do a lot. Hi. I'm fine. It's been a while. Thank you, Kelvin. Thank you, Robert. It's been a while, Kelvin. I have not been on live for a while. I'm back now. I'm back and better. I'm back for today. I may not. This period, I'm a bit busy, so it's hard for me to show up so much. This period is a bit tricky for me, so I just come on and go off. How are you too? Hope you are fine. You came late. I'm about late. I was already concluding my life. You were not here to fight the bullies for me. They were here bullying me. I had a lot of. I had no, not a lot. There was one bully here. Before you came, of course, I was just preaching the gospel of consistency, as usual. So I was actually done with the concluding the part, and I mean, it's been long. I stayed on live this long. This is a long time, actually. Wow. I think I'm beginning to break my record. Staying on live this long. This is incredible. That I could stay on live this long. That's nice. If you're just joining, we're talking about how to show up, how to create something that works for you every day, like a routine, schedule that helps you to stay productive, that you're able to show up regardless of how you feel, regardless of everything, how to show up and be more productive. And we've had a very long conversation, so long. I don't think I remember the last time I stayed this long on live. Maybe that would be when we went to watch the match. We went to watch the we went to watch the friendly match, and of course it was a draw. And I think the last time was also when I went to play. Went to play football. Some of you were here to support me. We won the tournament. And we're still going to play another tournament. You don't know I'm a footballer. I'm not just I'm not just an upcoming YouTuber. I'm also a footballer. I should take my football career serious. Unfortunately, I look very small, so I can actually play for I can play for under 20. I can play for under 16, under 20. I can play for anyone self, because I fit into any age right now. I have good genes. Kevin, it's good to see you. Hope your work is fine. Hope you're doing well. Hope everything is going on well. If you're just joining this live, it's been long. You came quite late. We are having a conversation on consistency and showing up and being productive. So if this is something that resonates with you, don't forget to subscribe, and you can watch the video later. It's actually a video that is very long. You can watch the video later to get some insight, to get something to talk about. I mean, to get something you can learn about. There's definitely something you can learn about, sincerely. Yeah, and don't forget to watch my other videos. I have other videos, actually. If you have a question, drop. I would answer the question before I go off. If you have a question, if you have something you want to talk about, you want me to respond to, you can. And like I always say, I will soon be done with my consistency challenge in 5 days. Today is day 95. So in 5 days, I would be done with my consistency challenge. You know what it means to show up every day for 100 days? I did well, right? It's not easy to show up every day for 100 days, and it's been 95 days, and today is day 95. Oh, I need to get myself a trophy. I mean, this means a lot for me, because when it comes to showing up, I can show up for other things, but when it comes to showing up online, it's very difficult for me. I could show up for a few days and I would just disappear. I like taking, in the last few days and weeks, I've been struggling because I want to go on a break. Because usually when I come online for a while, like show on social media, I usually want to take a break for a while. Like take a break for 2 months, for 2 weeks, 2 months, 1 month. I just feel like it's necessary for your brain and for your mental health to just go off a bit and come back later. But this time, this consistency challenge did not allow me to go on any break. And I think it has killed even it has killed some fears, it has killed some my shyness to a bit, and it has made me more confident actually. So I'm able to show up not even minding anymore. And I don't think I would struggle with going on. I would want to go on breaks again. I may not just be so loud anymore, but at least not going on breaks. So this consistency challenge has really helped me. And I'm just telling myself that by the time I'm done with the 100, I don't think I would go back anymore. It would have become, do you know what it means to do something, one thing every day for 100 days? It will become a habit, it will become a part of you. And I think that's the point where I am right now. So thank you so much again for joining my live today. I hope you're enjoying the rest of your day, and I hope you're enjoying the rest of your night, or I hope you enjoy your night for people that it's night. Please don't forget to keep watching my video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to comment. I hope you do have a lovely day or a lovely night for people that are going to bed. Thank you so much, and do enjoy the rest of your night, the rest of your day. And until, please keep showing up on my live. It means a lot.